Okay, here's an Oldsmobile Bravada. This is 2003. There's a good video by Chris Fix regarding the Trailblazer, and looks like this is a little bit different. I haven't figured it out exactly yet, but I'll post a video once I get I'll merge these two parts and post this. But my understanding is this Bravada is similar to the Trailblazer and maybe another GMC vehicle. But if you look at the front, the grille is a little bit different. Okay, so after looking at this for a minute, I've never changed the headlight. I got this vehicle, I don't know, a couple years ago. There are these little clips. These are already in the up position. What I did is I just used a larger screwdriver, put it right in there, and just gently worked it up. I didn't want to break these things. I think you have to push them back a little bit. But then I got them up just a little bit, and then I just worked them up with my fingers. So these are both in the up position there. There are some clips here. I don't think you have to remove those. I think that I'm going to keep the frame attached to the unit. Hopefully I can just slide this thing out an inch or two, and that's enough room to get back to this piece, this rubber gasket right there. That is on this vehicle, the low beams are here and the high beams are here, and of course your low beams tend to go out more than the high beams. So there's a rubber gasket there, and sorry about that, there's another rubber gasket in there for the high beams. So I believe this trim piece here has a couple clips on it, and I think I can even see one of the clips here that you can just manually gently work this thing out and get it loose enough to get there. There's also a wiring connection here, which I may or may not have to remove depending on if there's enough slack. If I can keep that connected, I will. I'd rather just kind of disconnect as little as possible. All right, so I'll move forward and see what happens. Again, this is 2003 Oldsmobile Bravada. Okay, got the headlight in, like I'll call it a release position. A couple things on these. Actually, it was pulled all the way up, and it was kind of binding it, so I moved it down like, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. You'll kind of have to feel like all the way up. It seemed to wouldn't go out, so I had to push it down just a smidge. Then these little rubber things slid through there. Gently worked out this clip here. Again, very gentle. Don't break anything. Don't use a hammer. Don't use a crowbar. You just kind of, gloves on, you gently work that clip loose right there by reaching in here and just wiggle it loose. This side seemed to come out no problem. I did have to lift up on the light a little bit. So I had to lift up to get it off the edge of this bumper under here. And then the light's out in this position. Here's the rubber cap. You can pull it off by hand or take a little screwdriver, again, gently wedge it loose. The light bulb's in there. There's some other videos, like I said, to show you how to do that. You undo that clip there. See if I can show a little better. There you go. Undo that clip. You rotate it, I believe, counterclockwise. Pull your bulb out. I think it's a 9006 for the low beams. Just double check at your local auto parts store. And of course, as you see on other videos, you go to Chris Fix. Do not touch the bulb with your fingers. Try and use clean gloves. The main thing, you don't want any grease, even if you're wearing work gloves. So put on rubber gloves or something so you're not, and just don't touch the bulb at all. Then you're going to screw it back in, rotate it a half turn, or I believe clockwise. Reattach that. I'm going to push this unit all back in. Kind of may have to gently kind of push on it to get the 2 or 3 clips. Oops, I forgot. Put that back on first. All right, put that on. I would test it. I'm going to test it before I put it back into position and go from there. And I know they say change both at the same time. I'm out in the garage. It's about 25, 30 degrees, so maybe do that for another day. Okay, the clip came loose. Again, be very gentle. I just took the screwdriver in there, just pushed it down just a smidge to get it over the retaining nub there. Just a little bit, and I took my right hand, pushed down on the clip gently, and it dropped right off. I did this before I removed it. So now let me put my hand in here and see what happens here. Yep, turn it to the right, and there it is. Okie doke.